Hi, my name is Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and I'm bringing a video to you today from the beach. It's a lot less busier than it is last time. Last time I made a video on the beach, there was construction crews. I'll hold it up so you can see, like, they're doing a whole event on the beach, and it was extremely disruptive. I had to leave last time. They're doing Tortuga Music Festival, which, back to my video. This video is all about teaching you why your finances will be affected by your love life. If you generally think of it in that sense, you're like, yeah, I guess, like, yeah, your love life can affect your finances. Like, some people don't even realize it, but yeah, your love will take away from your finances if the love is actually poison. The real energy vampires, the real parasites are actually people. The real energy vampires are people. People will suck the life and the energy and the luck out of you. Luck is an energy. It is something that is in your aura and added to your aura by your angels, by the creator. And if you let the wrong people around you, they can actually take your luck and other energies as well. So luck resonates with the heart chakra. There's a few other chakras that luck can resonate with as well. But the thing is, this is going to be an interesting video topic because a lot of people are not going to realize what I'm about to say. But your finances can get seriously affected by your love life. Not in just that way either. So basically, I'm going to talk about the heart chakra for a second. This center right here, this center in your chest, it has two sides, the pink side and the green side, the projective and the receptive. The pink has to do with receiving, the green has to do with giving. So think about it like this. Pink is like when you see on Valentine's Day, you might get a pink heart. You'll receive the pink heart, it'll make you feel good. That's the feminine side of your heart. Now the green side, think of it like this. A grassy field. The field is full of grass, and it's growing, it's projecting, it's expanding. That is the other side of your heart chakra. There has to be an equal energy exchange. If you see my green wrist, it's all about keeping the balance equal. Now, when it comes to love has to do more with the green side and the pink side. A little more of the pink side than the green side, but when there's an imbalance, it can completely throw it off. If it makes more sense to you, love and money is both of the heart chakra, because think about it like this. You guys, if it's easier for you to remember, love is the pink side and money is the green side. Like money, green, love, pink, like a heart for Valentine's Day. I hope that makes that easy. That's a cool analogy I just came up with because I didn't really realize that before, but I've been realizing a bunch of things right now. So if you're someone who is extremely loving, and don't get me wrong, you have to be loving. You have to share love with people. You have to be aligned to love. You have to not just be like, oh, I'm going to go out today and I'm not going to be happy. No, that's poisonous. But there is a balance with everything. When you go out into the world and maybe you're someone who's giving too much love. You're giving too much of one side of your heart chakra, and it's actually creating an imbalance with the other side. You're giving too much of the green. You're literally giving the green because you have to project love energy to receive love energy. And let's just say you're not getting it back, or the people who you're giving your love to are poisonous. They're not worthy of love. They're not deserving of love from you like that. Everyone's deserving of love, but on a higher level, of a higher consciousness. Now there's different kind of loves. There's different categories of love. So love is the highest vibration. Love, the creator is love. God is love. He created everything out of love. Now there's love that has to do with spiritual love, which is more of the higher chakras that have to do with crystals such as emerald and herbs like jasmine. That's more of a spiritual, like, how I can describe that is, okay, you see someone from a distance and you're in, and then you talk, and it's not of sacral love. Love from down here, it comes from the sacral chakra. That's more of the lusty and heated love. So love that has to do with the heart chakra is more about friendships and fidelity. It has to do with giving and receiving. It has to do with nothing that has to do with lust. Lust is not love. The Bible explicitly talks about lust. If you ever see in any case scenario, lust is not good. Lust always has to, excuse the noise. Love has to do with giving and receiving. The heart chakra does not have to do with the sacral chakra in the sense of giving and receiving finances, giving and receiving love. Now, when it comes to you, maybe you met someone maybe you met them at the supermarket, right? And you met the person at the supermarket. You guys really hit it off. You're talking, you're texting, and remember, everything's an equal exchange. Everything goes in both ways. Everything has to be 50-50. So in order to, like, we always send out energy and we always receive energy. I talk to people that are like, oh, I don't want to send out energy. And I'm like, just by looking at anything, you send energy at it. When an atom is observed, it knows it's being observed and it changes. Its energy realizes it's being looked at. Same thing when you look at Kundalini Yoga, which I'll use as an example all the time. In Kundalini Yoga, you'll notice that they have different practices of shutting off your eyes, your nose, your breath, so energy doesn't come out. Go out, so that it gets reset. When it comes to your heart chakra, you're sending that person one part of your heart, because there's a heart. The pink side is more of the. And I hope this really comes together for you guys. The heart's on the left side. The pink has to do with more the left. That's why I put green on mine. And the green has to do with more the right. So yin, yang. Yin is the pink. The yang is the green. So when you're putting out so much energy towards the person, maybe you really like them. Maybe you really, really like them. Like maybe you thought you've never encountered someone like this. And I don't know, I'm just using one example because there's thousands of examples. And no one person's the same, no one's situation is the same. I could just use a general one to try and help you guys get an idea. So when it comes to that kind of love, then maybe you realize the person is not that advanced spiritually, not that advanced mentally. They're not advanced in a place of loving themselves to the point where maybe they might play games with you. Yeah, a lot of spiritualists will not talk about the effects of why people play games with you. People play games with you or play games with your heart. It's because they're insecure in their own mind. They've been hurt in the past by someone else. Their own heart chakra is suffering, so they feel like it gives them some sense of fulfillment and protection of their heart to play games back. To if you notice, a lot of people out here now, people are always cheating on each other. People are always being insecure. People are always and this is a lot of society now. This is a lot of society. They actually teach this. This is actually just a common thing now. So when that person, maybe you're a good person, maybe you're a generally good person, you're doing everything right, you balanced yourself, and you didn't really know that this person didn't really love themselves the way that they should have been loving themselves. Now, you might have given them a chance because you feel like in your heart you're a good person. You assume in others that they're good people as well. Maybe that person might have came off as a good person, but then you kind of realize that, hey, this person's kind of damaged. And in that, unless you call your energy back, unless you pull your energy back, it will damage your heart chakra. That person's hurting heart energy. If they have a hole in their heart, in their energy center, if it's lacking, if the energy is very low in their heart chakra and energy center, they're going to sap yours. You're going to start feeling tired. You're going to start feeling drained. You're going to have bad thoughts. Because they sap other chakras too. That goes to your head too. Everything connects. The body's a tree. From the roots, which is the root chakra, to the crown, which is the branches and the leaves. My hair literally looks like a tree right now. It's like a jungle. But one thing with your heart chakra, you have to protect it. You can use crystals like black tourmaline. That's why I always suggest necklaces, is because we don't operate if we don't have a beating heart. So when you have necklaces over your heart, it's protecting one of the most essential chakras in your whole body. It's actually the chakra that puts off the highest amount of frequency. Even I've had people like, no, the crown chakra does. If you look at an EKG, or in the medical field, they have different devices to measure the heart. It puts off the highest frequency on a physical scale and the highest frequency on a spiritual scale. So that's a very important chakra. How does this affect your finances? How does this affect your money? It's because, like I said, you have the pink and you have the green. You have the receptive and you have the projective. You have different things stored in your heart chakra. And that person, if they're damaged and they're causing you some kind of damage with your heart and you're giving love to that person, now they're taking and they're tugging and they're pulling the energy from your heart chakra, and the giving and receiving is now just giving. You'll notice a major imbalance because you feel like you're just giving the person love. You feel like it's one-sided, and it is one-sided. That person's taking. Now that person, technically on energetic terms, that person's an energy vampire, and that starts to affect your finances. You start noticing, because it transcends, it actually goes over not just love now, because that's your heart, that's your heart center. You were giving love, and that is on the same spectrum of wealth and money. And now you notice that certain streams of income are not coming in now. Some of your money is not coming in normally now the way it used to. That's because you gave your energy to the wrong person. Most people are not deserving of your love. The thing is, if you see someone who starts to toy with you, pull back. Love is a sacred energy, especially even on the lower chakras. I know you guys are going to think I'm sounding really mean. A lot of people are not deserving of your love on that level. Unconditional divine love that comes from the crown chakra, yes, everyone's deserving of unconditional love. But when it comes to your heart center, hold that in. Not everyone is deserving of your heart. You don't give your heart to everyone. That's just like that. Your heart has to do with, this is your abundance center. This is how you do well. If the heart's not doing good, the rest of the body's not doing good. You're not feeling good. The heart chakra has to do with different other organs in there as well. Not just the heart, it has to do with the lungs, the way you breathe. So maybe if you, I can't really talk about that too much, but when you have someone who's robbing you of your energy, it does affect physical centers of the heart chakra as well. So you'll notice your breathing's a little bit different. You might have to like you're noticing when you take a breath, it's not as full. There's different symptoms that I wonder if I'm able to talk about here on one day. I have to check to make sure I'm able to, but it'll affect you in more ways than one. So that person who's sucking your energy, maybe that person, it seemed like they were a really good person, but the only reason they approached you, or the reason that they came up to you, is because you had such a vibrant heart center energy. You had such a full heart, and maybe you were doing well before you met the person, and that person's kind of retracting now because they took the energy for the time being. They realized that energy was there, and they took it. They took that energy because it felt good. It filled the void within them, and they'll do it to someone else until they find that they don't have anyone else to do it with, and you completely forget about that person. Now that person pops up in your life again, and you notice things start to go south. If you ever pay attention, love and finances, abundance overall, has to do with the heart chakra mainly. And if you give your heart to the wrong person, they'll affect your finances, your love life, your abundance, your health, your mental state, because this chakra affects all the other chakras. I don't want to sound mean. I have to be direct to you guys, because you guys, some of you are just going to go through your whole lives with the wrong person around you, just sucking you of your energy, and you don't see any new opportunities. You don't see any advancements. I do have to be careful in the way I say this, because some of you do interpret it wrong. You're like, oh, I don't give my love to anyone then. No person deserves my love. I'm not going to be nice to anyone now. No, that's not the case. Like I said, you do have to be loving. You do have to give love, but protect your heart. Protect your heart energy center. Remember, the giving part has to, if you're just taking too much, then you might as well be an energy vampire as well. Sounds kind of mean. That's how it is. If you're like, no, I'm just going to have people give me love. It's an equal exchange. Find the balance and you will feel good. Now, I'm going to conclude this video with a few ways for you guys to be able to tell how you can detect someone who is an energy vampire, someone who's sucking your energy. So a few red flags is if you're around someone and you feel like as soon as you give some energy, there's a thing called a pull, a tug. So this can be with love, this can be with friendship. It doesn't really matter. The heart chakra doesn't just do with love with love with intimate love. It has to do with friendships as well. So if you feel like you've given some of your energy to someone, because everything's an equal exchange. If you acknowledge that person, you gave them energy, but it's an equal exchange of energy. The only way we cannot give energy like that is to be not alive, but even then we're still given and exchanging energy in the spirit realm. One main test is if you feel like you've given that person kind of an inch, and like if you give them a string or like a hair, like the end of the rope, and you give them the rope, and instead of for them holding it, they feel like they tug it, that's a little test. You couldn't do that with your energy. The next time you're around someone, put a wall around you, like visualize a shield protecting your energy, and pay attention. You're gonna feel like a tug feeling. You might feel a pull. You might feel some kind of like a yank. You'll feel it. Once you pay attention to the energy, you'll notice like, it really feels like someone pulled the rope. So that's one way you can tell. Another way you can tell is pay attention to your heart. Like when you're talking to a person, most people don't know how to do this, but pay attention to your heartbeat. When that person starts robbing you of energy, or when that person has some kind of dark energy to them, just pay attention to the way your heart's beating. You're going to feel like you missed a beat in your heart. That's one of your angels or guides saying, hey, like, back up, retract your energy. If you keep ignoring the help from your guides, if you keep ignoring the help from your angels, then they're going to let you mess up. They're going to let you fall just so you know how to get up on your own because you didn't take their signs. If a teacher teaches you, hey, if you do this, this will happen. If you do this, this will happen. If you do this, this will happen. They can say it 3 times. And a good teacher will be like, okay, they're not learning. They're not learning. So I'm going to let them do it on their, I'm going to let them slip by themselves so they can learn, so they never do it again, and they take my advice in the future. So this video is really to help you guys to learn how to protect your heart energy center and be more aware, because awareness is everything. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment sections. Until then, I will see you guys next time. Ciao!